Hi, this is Paolo. Welcome to my channel. This is my review of the iPhone 14 Pro. I've had the iPhone 14 Pro now for 2 weeks, my biggest upgrade as I held on to my iPhone 8 for a very long time and was just waiting for the right time to upgrade. So I finally did it and shelled out the cash and got the iPhone 14 Pro. I use it every day and been checking out each and every one of its features. So I have here is the iPhone 11 Pro. This is my wife's iPhone, so trying to compare it with this one. So the iPhone has a ceramic shield both in front and back. It's water resistant, has rounded edges, and it's a stainless steel. So from the old iPhone 11, and then it has a 6.1 display size, sapphire crystals for the lenses back here, and then this one weighs around 206 grams. And then on the New Zealand version where I'm from, we still have that SIM tray. So I think for the US version it's now eSIM, so curious to see how that would work out when US owners of iPhone 14 Pro travels across the world. Now for the camera, the biggest upgrade is now we have bigger lenses. So, and the main lens is now 48 megapixels. The telephoto and the ultra wide is still 12 megapixels, but it has now better aperture for low light. So if you shoot in Pro RAW using the 48 megapixel, notice that that is kind of slow, and it eats up a lot of storage as well. I've been playing around with the camera, and I did notice that it does use a lot of battery, and I did felt it got warm on the touch while using all the features of the camera. And one thing also as well is now you have the ability, I'm not sure if I think it's on the 13 Pro as well, that you could shoot on 3x. So on 14 Pro it could shoot on 2x. My wife's iPhone 11 doesn't even shoot on 3x, only 2x. And I did try the action mode. So the action mode is one of the cool things on the iPhone 14, so it allows you to take like gimbal like image stabilization. The only downside, it does have a hard crop. Cinematic mode also improved on the iPhone 14 Pro. You could now shoot at 4K at 30 FPS. Now the other main feature is the always on display. So it dims your wallpaper. So I'm not sure if you could see that. So it dims the wallpaper very so subtly. You could still visibly see the timer and all the widgets. They did it on the most low megahertz usage, doing it on the Apple way. So, and then the display as well. So when you're in daylight sunlight, the display could get up to 2000 nits, and when you're viewing HDR photos and videos, that could go up to 16,000 nits. And then you still have the ProMotion display, so it allows for variable refresh rates from 10 to 120 times per second. So there's smooth and no stuttering motion when you're swiping through apps or scrolling through websites and all of that. And then one of the other main features is now the dynamic island. So it's a mix of software and hardware, where previously it was a notch. But now it's a dynamic pill, or dynamic island as they call it. It's very interactive and it's very app aware. It could be used to display live information in a very non-obtrusive way. So it could bubble up alerts, notifications, and activities. So full screen watching movies and playing games It is very noticeable, but I think you could cancel it out in your brain that there's a pill in there, so you could see the pill is very visible. Sometimes it's there, sometimes not. I think you just cancel it out once you get the hang of it. So the battery is pretty decent on the new iPhone. So if you want a bigger battery, I think you could go up to the iPhone 14 Pro Max. So for safety features, there's also the crash detection. So this is when you're driving or get into an accident, there's a sudden change in G-force acceleration, then we'll try to call emergency hotline for you. The satellite connectivity is not yet available in New Zealand, so something to look forward to. So there you go, that's my review of the iPhone 14 Pro. I think it's a worthy upgrade. If you're coming from an old phone with just a single lens, this camera system is top notch. If you're coming from an 11 Pro though, like for my wife, I think you can still hold on to your 11 Pro, but if you want a better camera system and you want the always on display and the dynamic island, something to think about if you really want those features. But for the phone itself, I think you could still hold on to your old phone. Cool, so that's my review. Hope you like it. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel.